Now at Capture, we Gucci.
I agree. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm so glad it's capturing.
Me too.
Yeah, because it's Detective Butler, the Maiden Voyage murder.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we played this once before, full disclosure. And actually, we do have the best of video. There's one best of video that survived the great crash of like 2017 or whatever it was for my computer. So there is one video that survived, but this whole game was so good, and I was so sad that I lost all that footage. Because
So now we just gotta re-get it, right?
we're gonna re-get it, but we're gonna re-get it with the Choices DLC because they came out with Choices, and I'm so happy they came out with Choices.
Okay.
To my understanding, the ending can change, so maybe we'll get a
Really?
different. Yeah, so maybe we'll get a different ending. We don't know what we're gonna do, what we're in for.
Okay.
All I know is that Detective Butler is cool as fuck. That's all I know.
Should I go again with his hard edge, like, shut up, kid, like Batman?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do, I'm not going to give you creative direction. I don't remember much about this game.
I remember the ending, so I will do my best to not spoil that.
Yay, we won't spoil. We're just going to take you on a magical journey. Darkness. Oh. Can we, like... Hold on. I do want to be teacher, but is there any way I can... Hold on. So, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to be our good friend teacher, and this part is definitely not in the original, so already we're off to a great start. Teacher. So I'm just going to go with, that's the end of today's lecture. See you all next week. Okay.
Before the teacher can even finish his sentence,
his.
Students had already started leaving the classroom. It's Friday, after all.
You're all very rude. I don't. Your little gremlins, the lot of ya, and your parents are whores and coke addicts.
I don't really care. I take my time putting my notebook into my backpack and checking to see I hadn't left anything behind.
It's me. Are you doing all right, Gilligan? Are you doing all right?
I suppose it looks weird that I'm taking so long to leave the room.
Yeah, you're a little weird one.
Yeah, I'm fine. Some of that stuff you were talking about just seemed a little complicated, that's all. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it.
Yeah, she sounds like a very complicated teacher. I mean, that's the spirit now. That's great for you. The semester's only just started. If you need any tutoring, you just let me know now.
Thank. Exit.
Okay, we're just dealing with verbs here. Here we are.
The halls are already empty. It's the end of the day, so everyone has already left the building. I don't really have any plans, so I guess I'll just return to my dorm room. Dorm room?
Oh, we're in college?
Diamond University. This is the prestigious school my father so dearly wanted me to attend. Normally, this university has some pretty strict enrollment requirements. If my father didn't use his business connections, there's no way I would have gotten in. But he promised them I'd be a good student and would make it worth their while. Honestly, though, I just don't think I'm cut out for it here. My mind always seems to keep wandering off during lectures, and it's hard for me to focus on whatever they're supposed to be teaching us. Instead, my mind keeps going back to those 2 days. Days before and after my father was murdered.
Oh!
It's been 2 whole months since the murder, but it's been impossible for me to stop thinking about it. Especially since my father's such a big name, the media keeps bringing attention to it all. Thanks to Detective Butler, the trial went very quickly. His killer didn't stand a chance with all the evidence Butler had collected, and was sentenced to life in prison. But even though my father's killer was brought to justice, I can't get over this feeling of emptiness inside. I've been thinking too much about how things could have been different. We know why it happened. It all stemmed from that meeting they had on the first night of the cruise. Maybe you could argue there was a lot of hidden feelings in that had been lingering for years, but that meeting was the moment the killer finds snap. Recalling the note my father left me, it becomes obvious that there was a simple way to avoid the whole thing. He only called that meeting because of our argument, the argument that started all because of my stubbornness. And now, after all was said and done, I've already committed myself to taking over the company. Ultimately, the only conclusion I keep coming back to is that resistance really was pointless. If I had just accepted my role as the heir to his company, then that meeting would have never have happened. He would still be alive. I learned a hard lesson. But that was the cost really worth it?
I don't know.
I suppose you could argue that it might have happened anyway, just at a different place or time. But I still feel indirectly responsible. Even though the killer has already been caught and punished, I still feel some lingering sense of guilt, and I still have so many unanswered questions too. What is the square root of 2?
Not what we talked about in class. You're in English, Gilligan.
Go away.
Pay attention.
Go
I'm
away.
Sorry, I'm on my way to my
Mrs.
office.
Pearbottom, please leave.
I'm sorry. I just like looking at the birds in the park. Can I sit here with you on the bench? I'm going to sit here. We can look at the clouds and the birds together.
I wonder, what would things have been like if I hadn't said anything? If I just accepted my role in the first place? Would we have actually had an enjoyable cruise? A fun experience where I get to know the other members of the company I'd soon be working alongside? Would my teacher be this bitch?
I don't really appreciate you thinking things out loud, Gilligan.
If I could go back in time to before I signed up for this class, I would definitely not sign up for this class.
I'm hurt.
I'm rating you poorly on Rate My Professor. Would I be able to carve out a path to a happy future?
No, not another one.
Just for a moment, even if it will never actually happen, I'd like to imagine that alternate reality.
I will go on this journey with you, Gilligan.
Please, no.
Tell me about the time you had on the cruise. I understand you didn't have a great trip.
See you next fall.
Oh, I'm going to say right here.